How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna do a Wolf recap. I'm gonna talk about what I said in the last video, how that played out, what I think is gonna happen. Let's get right into it. So as you guys can see, we made a Wolf video on the day that they released Chapter 11 news, bankruptcy news. That was this day. I told you guys, obviously it's not good news, but you have to look at it from an investor's perspective. They are getting rid of 70% of their debt. They are going to be turning things around for the company. It's a fresh start, a second chance for them. And I told you guys, there's practically really nothing good going for this company besides one thing, and that is their short interest. They have a 50% short float, which is massive. I told you guys on this day here, and I told you guys I would not be trading it unless the company releases some sort of PR that indicates, something good for the company. And mixing that with its short float percentage, we could easily see a short squeeze on the stock, right? That's what I said. That was my recap. I told you guys I wouldn't touch it unless we see some PR, but some PR could absolutely send this. It will be my top watch. If you guys go watch that video, I told you guys that the right thing for the company to do would be for them to release PR. Now fast forward a couple of days, that's exactly what happened today. As you guys can see, where is it? It is right here. As you guys can see, today, July 7th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, an hour before market open, they released some news that they hired a new CFO at Wolfspeed, someone who is extremely experienced. He brings 20 years of experience in transformational restructuring and strategic financing. He's a very experienced CFO. Now, this is great looks, great sign into their future. They are trying to turn things around. Obviously, their last CFO, their last board members, many of their strategic investors, their strategic decision makers just have not been making such good decisions. The company was buried in debt, right? Pounds and pounds of debt. But now they are trying to turn things around. They filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And so this is the news here. New CFO. And as I predicted, they would be releasing some sort of PR. And as I predicted, we had a massive move. Me and the team caught this earlier today. I, made a lot of money off of this move here. And I'm very happy that I knew exactly what Wolf was about. I knew they had a very high short float. I knew that the potential of a short squeeze here was very imminent. So, knowing the due diligence to a move like this before it happens is extremely key in making these decisions. When you see some news, for example, about, hey, some stock is just released news about a new CFO, you would look at it, I would look at it, and if we didn't know anything about this stock, we would think, oh, who gives a shit? It's a new CFO. Why does this matter? But if you know that this stock has massive potential for a short squeeze, and you know that this stock just had a run a couple days ago, people are familiar with the ticker, you should know that the chances of this stock seeing this type of move, this type of parabolic 100% move is very high. And look, I tweeted this on the 2nd. As I said, massive candidate for a short squeeze. This is the video I made for you guys. I specifically pointed out their short float percentage. As you guys can see somewhere here, as you guys can see, 50% short float. I knew that there was a high probability that a squeeze would come, and a couple of days later, that's exactly what happened. So the main key point of this video, before I tell you guys what my price prediction is to understand that due diligence is extremely important when it comes to these stocks. I was able to predict that this company would release some sort of PR in the upcoming days because that's just what they would do. They know it would give their stock a massive reaction, and they already know that it could squeeze the shit out of shorts. People are already familiar with this ticker after this very nice run a couple of days earlier. So it was bound to happen. There was a chance it didn't happen. There was a chance that, they would never release news. But as a good trader, as a trader of due diligence, I know that I'm waiting for this PR to trade this stock. And as soon as this PR comes, I'm not trying to be the fastest person to hop on it, but I know in the back of my head that the chances that this has a short squeeze are very high. And no one else knows that because no one has done the due diligence that is required to be able to understand, the stock has no other PR coming up. They have no other catalysts. It's a dead stock. They need something fresh, something out of the ordinary, and boom, we will see a very strong move here. So that's enough. Sorry for ranting about that for a couple of minutes. I just want to prove to you guys that due diligence is extremely important. Do your own due diligence. Learn how to do it. I've made so many videos. I've taught you guys how to dig through companies, go through their offerings, go through their SEC filings, go through their past PR, their new PR, go through the investor conferences, their earnings. There's so much behind due diligence, but eventually you're going to find something that's going to make, this stock stand out. Every single stock has a different flaw, a different pro that is going to help you make a very decisive move on. Okay, let's get right into what I think is going to happen. So as you guys can see, we have a gap to fill at $3.11. We didn't touch that today. We topped out at $2.77. So personally, I don't think we see any more of a higher move on this. I think we're going to top out at 310, 320, 330, maybe even 350. But it's been a very, very solid move. It's been a multi-day runner. I think the daily tops out here. Again, guys, the only thing this has going for it is the short float percentage. My last video, I told you guys this stock could see a crazy move. I don't think so anymore. I don't think there's a great catalyst. I don't think there's, a great foundation backing this stock up. Again, the only reason it ran today was just because they hired a new CFO. But, obviously overall that could be very big news. They hired a new CFO. That means a new turnaround for the company. They're looking to make new waves. They're looking to completely restart, fresh start. Sure, but at the end of the day, they just filed bankruptcy. No matter how good you might want to twist it, that's horrible news for any company. That's last resort. The stock has been oversold for months and months and potentially even years, right? So I think this tops out at 311, maybe 350. It's going to be interesting to watch it tomorrow. I'm not looking to trade this at all tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for new volume, new momentum. I don't think Wolf is going to be much more exciting than it already has been, but that's my thesis. I can't give you guys any specific levels. That doesn't exist. So if anyone tries to tell you it does, it's bullshit. Just go based off thesis, off volume analysis, and that's all I can help you out with. I will see you guys tomorrow. There's really not much else I could talk about in this video. Peace.